Okay guys, before this video starts, I just want to say Jadeveon Clowney is not on the Tennessee Titans. Today is July 29th, Wednesday 2020, and if he does get signed to the Titans today, then I guess that's inconvenient for me. But anyways, this is not official yet, so I do not want to hear in the comments that Jadeveon Clowney is not on the Titans, but I'm just saying that he's most likely to go to the Titans. There's been a lot of reports saying that he is going to the Titans. So anyways, guys, I just want to clear that up, and anyways, hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 20 video. In today's episode, we're going to be rebuilding the Tennessee Titans with the new addition of Jadeveon Clowney. Hopefully, he's not officially on the Titans yet, but I assume he will be, considering all the reports that are going around and all the rumors that are going around about Jadeveon Clowney going to the Titans. He just wants a team with the right price for him. He's looking to be paid a lot. I don't know exactly, so don't rage at me in the comments about it. But anyways, guys, let's get into the video and let's look into the team and let's get into it. Here we are with the overlook of the team, as we have Ryan Tannehill as our quarterback, and Ryan Tannehill is like 31 years old. He's not going to develop. We're going to end up trading him either way and drafting a rookie quarterback. We have Derrick Henry here as our halfback. What a beast. He should be higher than 86 overall, but he does have superstar X Factor with freight train and armbar. We have Corey Davis and AJ Brown. And at O-line, our O-line's pretty good, but I'm going to be looking to trade the left tackle because he makes $16 million per year. So that's a no for me in this Madden rebuild. And looking into the defense, the linebacking core is solid. Kevin Byard is a very, very underrated free safety. I think he personally should be a superstar X Factor. Adoree Jackson, also an underrated defensive back. Kenny Vaccaro here, he is kind of old, so I will trade him away. And apart from that, guys, special teams, it looks all right to me. Brett Kern is pretty old, so I may cut him as a punter. I don't know. But apart from this, specialist looks all right to me, and everything looks good. Looking into free agency, though, we obviously got to go get Jadeveon Clowney, or Jadeveon Clowney, however you want to pronounce it. 86 overall, left end, superstar development. I'm going to move him to outside linebacker, probably right outside linebacker to be exact. Delaney Walker here, which is interesting, and we have... who else? Damian Harrison Sr. I will actually pick him up because we do need defensive tackles just for a one-year deal. But apart from that, guys, I would say it's time to get into the trades. And here we are with the first trade, trading our starting tackle as normal development and our left guard for a first and a 5 from the Detroit Lions. Next, we are trading our defensive back and Kenny Vaccaro for and a 5th for a first, and a 7th from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Next, we are trading Ryan Tannehill and Vic Beasley Jr. and a 4th for a first, and a 2nd from the New England Patriots. And finally, we are trading Adam Humphries and our right tackle for a first-round pick from the Seattle Seahawks. And I also ended up trading the rest of the O-line away. I accidentally spammed too fast through that, but I traded away our center, our left guard, and our left tackle. I didn't get some of that on camera, but overall, I still did strip the offensive line for picks, of course. I think we can get a lot cheaper offensive line in the draft because the rookie deals and in free agency. But Jadeveon Clowney is here, right outside linebacker, and everything actually looks pretty solid on defense. I don't think it downgraded too much. But apart from that, guys, it is time to get into the midseason mark. So let's get into it. And here we are at the midseason mark, coming off a loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as we are 2-6 at the midseason mark, at 3rd in the division, above the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we have players to resign such as Derrick Henry, 87 overall, superstar X Factor halfback. He's going to be paid quite a lot, but he is worth it, and he resigns to us. Corey Davis is here as well. I am looking to give him a good extension. He is a little expensive for what his development is and his overall, but I'm still going to resign him. Fullback here, pretty cheap. I think I am going to resign him as well. I could get him cheaper in free agency, but it's okay. He's apparently a rookie, but it's fine. I'm not even going to go into it with a contract. Jonathan Joseph is way too old to resign. Jayon Brown, I don't plan to resign him right now. It's too much for a second-string middle linebacker. Jonnu Smith, our tight end, definitely needs a contract extension, and he resigns as well. All the guys that I wanted did resign, so I'm very, very happy about that. And Jadeveon Clowney will have to negotiate in the offseason. Same with Harrison Smith. Maybe he'll get a one-year deal, Harrison Smith. But apart from that, guys, it is time to get into the playoffs. And here we are on the playoffs, not making the playoffs, coming off a win to the Texans, finishing 5-11 above the Jacksonville Jaguars and below the Houston Texans. Our rookie QB did not do good, obviously. He's not very good in general. Not good defense, not good offense. Cole McDonald, 20 TDs, 16 interceptions. Derrick Henry, 8 touchdowns, not even 1,000 yards. Terrible season. Corey Davis, the ball distribution was actually pretty good. Corey Davis was all right. Jadeveon Brown with the most tackles, probably a development upgrade. Tackles for a loss, 14 for Jeffrey Simmons Jr. And sacks, 14 sacks for Jadeveon Clowney. That's definitely a development upgrade. Interceptions, 3 for Jayon Brown, and safeties is 1 for Jack Crawford. And defensive touchdowns is 1 for Christian Fulton and 1 for Campbell. I don't even want her first name. But apart from that, guys, it's time to get into the offseason. So let's get into it. And here we are in the offseason as the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Cleveland Browns in the Super Bowl. We have players to resign such as Jayon Brown, who apparently didn't get a development upgrade, which is interesting. So I will not resign him considering that. But Jadeveon Clowney is here, and he does now have Superstar X Factor with Unstoppable Force. I'm going to up the salary and up the bonus just to make sure we get him. And he still doesn't want to sign, so we're going to franchise tag him, of course, because we do need him. He is the star of this video and apparently the superstar X Factor of the team. Damian Harrison Sr., I will offer him this 1-year deal, but he wants to test out free agency, so I guess I'm not going to get him either way. Maybe I'll pick him back up in free agency, but apart from that, guys, it's time to look into the team to see who we have in development upgrades. Offensively, it looks the same. And defensively, obviously, Jadeveon Clowney has Superstar X Factor with Unstoppable Force, Secure Tackler, and Power Specialist, which are all great abilities for an outside pass rusher. Adoree Jackson, I wish was Superstar Development, but apart from that, guys, it's time to get into some free agency. And here we are after free agency as the offense kind of looks the same. Nothing too big on offense at all. And defensively, well, offensively, who is that receiver? Oh, that's Jonnu Smith. Okay. Defensively, we have Everson Griffin, the Superstar X Factor from free agency on a very cheap deal with Fearmonger and Unfakeable as his Superstar abilities and Superstar X Factor ability, as we also picked up Mike Hilton as another defensive back for us on a very, very cheap deal. And apart from that, I'm focusing on defensive tackles in the draft, so let's get into it. And for our first pick, we picked up a wide receiver, Carlos Stovall, I believe is how you pronounce it, 77 overall. Next, we picked up a left tackle, Alex Goodrich, 76 overall, hidden development. He's going to be much cheaper than Taylor Lewan, so this is perfect. Next, we're picking up a strong safety, Johnny Shade, 75 overall, hidden development. We need one considering that we traded away Kenny Vaccaro. Next, we are picking up Malik Coleman, 79 overall, hidden development, number 1 player in the class. Next, we were picking up a punter, 71 overall, hidden development. Picked him in, I believe, the 5th or 6th round. I don't even know. That was probably one of my best drafts I've had in a while, but we did get the quarterback Watkins, of course, and the receiver and the left tackle. So overall, the offense has improved tremendously and defense has improved just a little bit, but the defensive tackle class in that was terrible, so I couldn't manage to get any defensive tackles. But apart from that, it's time to get into the midseason. Here we are at the midseason mark, coming off a loss to the Detroit Lions, as we are 2-5 at the midseason mark, and we are bottom of the division behind the Houston Texans, who are 4-3. We have players to reassign such as 92 overall Superstar X Factor, Unstoppable Force, Jadeveon Clowney. Does he resign? He does resign after we boost the salary. And Jadeveon Clowney is back for the rest of the rebuild. Adoree Jackson is here, and I do want to give him a contract, but $11 million per year is way, way too much. I can just get more depth cornerbacks. Defensive backs don't do way too much in sim, but overall, I still don't want to pay that much for him. If he gets a development upgrade, maybe I will. But we have a breakout challenge here, so I'm probably going to hop into that off camera. Whenever there's breakout challenges and I see one, most of the time I do hop into them. That's how you see some development upgrades, but it's time to get into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, coming off a loss to the Houston Texans, as we do not make the playoffs for the second year. Finished bottom of the division, 4-12, which is a lot worse than last year. Statistics, our rookie quarterback was terrible. 30th best offense and 29th best defense, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. I guess we do need to pick up defensive tackles. 24 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, which isn't all that bad. Derrick Henry still not over 1,000 yards, but 8 touchdowns. Carlos Stovall, our rookie receiver, with the most yards and touchdowns, I believe. Jadeveon Brown with the most tackles on the team. That's definitely a development upgrade. Tackles for a loss, 12. Everson Griffen, 9.5 sacks for Jadeveon Clowney. Interceptions, 2 for Jadeveon Clowney. And safeties is 0, and defensive touchdowns is 0. So apart from that, guys, I would say it is time to get into the offseason. So let's just jump into that, and hopefully we can pick up some defensive backs in free agency. Here in the offseason, as the Buffalo Bills beat the New York Giants in the Super Bowl 34-31, and Adoree Jackson does get a development upgrade, superstar development, 87 overall, so I will re-sign him now, and he doesn't even want to play for us, and his franchise tag, I don't even want to do that. I'll probably pick him up in free agency for cheaper. Yeah, that's just way too much. I'm sorry, I can't do that. Adoree Jackson is a stud, but at the same time, I believe I can probably steal him in free agency for a little bit cheaper. Not a lot, but maybe a little bit. But our receiver and our left tackle only have star development, and defensively, our strong safety only has star development, and Jadeveon Brown still doesn't really make sense. But apart from that, everything else looks pretty good to me, and I would say it's time to get into free agency. And here we are after free agency, as the O-line looks improved from the draft, actually. That wasn't even from free agency, but we did get Chris Carson and Dallas Goedert, I believe is how you pronounce it, and Takk McKinley. I'm going to move Everson Griffen to the inside, and Takk McKinley, I feel like an idiot. I'm going to move around real quick and move Everson Griffen to the inside at defensive tackle, of course, like I said before. So this is actually going to take a little bit. Let me get to that. Okay, now that I'm done screwing around with the defensive tackles and you guys can actually watch the video, moved Everson Griffen inside, and Takk McKinley is at right end while Jeffrey Simmons Jr. is at left end. So apart from that, guys, I would say it is time to get into the draft. And here we are in the draft as we were picking up another left tackle, Cassidy Sutherland, 76 overall, hidden development. I'm going to move him to right tackle, obviously. And here we are after the draft, as I did end up picking up another center in the draft. I just forgot to record that. And everything looks pretty good to me, and I moved Sutherland to left guard and actually not right tackle, because offensive linemen, it doesn't really matter where you put them on the line in Madden. But apart from that, I did get an outside linebacker, and it is time to get into the midseason mark. Here we are in the midseason mark, coming off a bye week, as we are about to face the Arizona Cardinals, and we are 3-4, doing better than the last 2 seasons, third in the division, below the Indianapolis Colts. And we have players to re-sign here, such as Harold Landry III, 83 overall, star development. I am going to want to give him that contract. It's not even that bad. Christian Fulton is here as well. I'm not willing to give him that kind of a contract for his development. Everson Griffen is here, and I will re-sign him for another year, because why not? He wants more money though, so I may just give it to him. And a lot of these rookies here and their contracts should be longer, so I guess I'll have to do that off camera. And apart from that, everything else looks good here. And again, Christian Fulton, yeah, he needs his contract extended. That's not the right contract length, but apart from that, I will simulate to the playoffs. So let's get into it. And here we are in the playoffs, not making the playoffs for the 3rd year in a row, coming off a loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars, as we finished 3rd in the division at 5-11, which is pretty disappointing. So this is the 4th year coming up, and I'm going to go all out, so stay tuned. Our rookie quarterback is slowly getting better, 25th best offense and 11th best defense. Derrick Henry still not having the year I want to. Bruce Watkins, 32 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. And rushing-wise, Derrick Henry, only 3 touchdowns. Wow. Our rookie halfback did a lot better than Derrick Henry in terms of touchdowns. That's pretty disappointing. Corey Davis, almost 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Ball distribution was all right. Jadeveon Brown with the most tackles on the team for the 3rd year in a row, but still a normal development. Tackles for a loss, 13 for Jadeveon Clowney, 7 sacks for Jadeveon Clowney. Interceptions 2 for Adoree Jackson, and safeties is 0, and defensive touchdowns is 0. So apart from that, guys, I would say it is time to get into the offseason and the final season, so let's jump into it. And here we are in the offseason as the Browns win the Super Bowl against the Dallas Cowboys. And I think the Browns made the Super Bowl 3 times in a row, which is pretty interesting. And a lot of these players here I just don't want. And some of those guys were still on their rookie contracts. I should have adjusted it, but it doesn't really matter. They're low overalls anyways. And our left guard, Sutherland, apparently has superstar development, which is pretty great. And looking into it defensively, our outside linebacker only has superstar development only has star development. And apart from that, it's time to get into free agency. And here we are after free agency, as we did pick up David DeCastro, a right guard, on a pretty cheap deal actually, and our offensive line is complete now, which makes it look pretty good. And defensively, we still need defensive tackles. We got Jair Alexander, though. I put him at strong safety, and I moved Shade down to defensive back. But here we are in the draft, picking up a defensive tackle, Lamarcus Chisholm. I feel like an idiot trying to pronounce his name, but 75 overall, hidden development. Next we have Moorhead. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his first name. 72 overall, hidden development. I feel like an idiot butchering names left and right. And here we are with the overlook of the team, as the offensive line is complete, of course, and defensively we do have an overall pretty good defense. D-line still caught lacking a little bit in overall terms, but development terms, they are pretty good, and we did pick up a good second string left end. And apart from that, guys, I would say it is time to get into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark, coming off a bye week, as we are 6-1 at the midseason mark, here to face the Kansas City Chiefs in week 9, but we have players to resign. But just like every year in the 4th year, I don't need to resign any of them because it is the final year and I don't need to worry about that. But if I was doing a 5th year, I'd kind of be screwed on cap. But we are 6-1, top of the division, above the Jacksonville Jaguars. And looking into the schedule, I want to see who we lost to, actually. Lost to the Cowboys in the second week by 3 points, but we're on a winning streak. We're on a 5-game winning streak, so that is very, very good for us. And apart from that, guys, I would say it is time to jump into the playoffs. And here we are in the playoffs in a wild card, coming off a win to the Las Vegas Raiders, as we are 11-5 above the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are about to play in the wild card round. Bruce Watkins finally having a pretty good year. 12th best offense, 4th best defense. 4th best defense is what I finally want to see. 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions for our quarterback. Derrick Henry finally with an amazing season, over 1,000 yards, 16 touchdowns. A.J. Brown, pretty good. And defensively, Jadeveon Brown for the 4th year in a row with the most tackles, but still not a development upgrade. Tackles for a loss, 17 for our rookie defensive tackle, 8 sacks for Jadeveon Clowney, interceptions 3 for Chibier Awuzie, and safeties is 0, and defensive touchdowns is 1 for Jadeveon Brown, but he's still going to have normal development by the end of the season. I don't know why he is, but he's making really good stats, but he's still not getting a development upgrade. But here we are to face the Jacksonville Jaguars in the wildcard round. I'm going to hop into this because this is the first time we made it to the playoffs in this rebuild, so let's just jump into it. And here we are in the third quarter, 24-14 at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars, as it is 17-24 and now 31-17 as we are pouring it on. 24-31 as they start to come back, and the fourth quarter is here and it is over. 24-31 is your final score as we beat the Jacksonville Jaguars in the wildcard round. And here we are in the divisional round, here to face the 12-4 Los Angeles Chargers. So we're going to be playing an away game, as we have 2 awards for offense and defense weekly award for AFC, obviously. And apart from that, let's just jump straight into this Chargers game. Here we are in the Chargers game, as it is 14-17, now 21-17 against the Chargers, now 21-20, very tight game entering the fourth quarter, 28-20. And what else do we have? I guess it's 2-minute warning, 31-20 as we start to pull away, but they start to come back 31-28, and I'm going to need to hop in here to make sure we secure the win. And we do secure the win, as I do lock it up, not even going for the field goal. I go for it all. 31-28 is your final score against the Los Angeles Chargers. And here we are in the AFC Conference Championship, as Jair Alexander wins a weekly award with an interception and a touchdown, 8 defensive tackles, but we're here to face the 9-7 Las Vegas Raiders, so let's jump straight into this game. And here we are in the third quarter, 1 minute left, 17-10 as losing at our own home stadium in the AFC Championship in the fourth quarter, 17-17 against the Las Vegas Raiders. And that was a big chunk of yardage there in that yellow. It was apparently means negative. I don't even know what most of these mean, but I'm going to hop in here. And I am going to seal the game with this kick, 22-17 in the final seconds of the game. And that will be it, guys, as we finish out the game and beat the Las Vegas Raiders to advance to the Super Bowl. The Tennessee Titans have a chance to actually win their first Super Bowl ever in history. And here we are in the Super Bowl, here to face the 10-6 New York Giants against the 11-5 Tennessee Titans. And this is what the team looks like before going into it. And overall, I'm very satisfied with this team. I'm not like insanely happy about it. Offense isn't amazing. Defense is, though, amazing. And for some reason, our defensive tackle still doesn't have his development. So I'm just going to check out what it is. It was Superstar, apparently. So that was pretty interesting. I don't think it would have mattered either way. I don't even think he's an 80 overall. And he's not, so it wouldn't even have mattered either way. But this is what the team looks like going into the Super Bowl. I don't see any development upgrades, but it's time to jump into the Super Bowl. So let's get into it, shall we? And here we are in the Super Bowl as it is 14-7 as the Giants are up, and we are in the red zone. It is 14-14 entering the fourth quarter. It is a very low scoring game for the Super Bowl. 14-17, 21-17 against the Giants as we are up now. And we have to hold on to this game drive. So I'm going to hop in. And we did hold on to the game drive. 24-17 is your final score against the New York Giants as Dak Prescott is now on the New York Giants. And the Titans are Super Bowl champions. And your Super Bowl MVP is your quarterback. 221 yards, 2 touchdowns. A very, very good game overall. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, as this video was a success, as we did end up winning the Super Bowl with Jadeveon Clowney, their new addition, hopefully their new addition for the Titans. That'd be pretty insane for them. But overall, guys, I'm very, once again, happy. And apparently, our halfback that we drafted in the last draft has Superstar X Factor, which is a little bit interesting. Third string, but it doesn't really matter, guys. Overall, again, I am very happy with this video, and I hope you guys are too, as I did very much enjoy this video. But anyways, guys, I will see you guys in the next video. So peace out and see you in the next one.